From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. A beautiful sunrise already for this morning. Seeing some of those pastel colors up in the sky. Current temperatures in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations. 30s up in the Cascades, 20s, 30s, and 40s up in the Blues. So this is where it could be a little bit frosty out there. Okay. Here's your day planner forecast for today for lower elevations. Lots of sunshine. We're going to have high temperatures that'll finally be seasonal for this time of the year. We've had a good little run of the past, I'd say 4 or 5 days where we've been about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal. It's not going to be the case for today. In fact, that's really not going to be the case for Sunday, Wednesday, or Thursday, as we'll be about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than normal, but cooler for Memorial Day as we'll have a chance of showers and thunderstorms Sunday night into Memorial Day. Also looking pretty windy in the Kittitas Valley for Memorial Day. So I'll tell you about this big 3-day weekend forecast ahead of us that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott. We do have some new information actually just coming in this morning, starting in Kennewick, where we've learned that just before midnight, officers responded to reports of gunshots. Witnesses said that they saw 2 men in dark clothes running from the area of West Canal Drive and North Arthur Street. It all happened shortly after those shots were fired, they say. At least 2 homes were hit by bullets. Luckily, no one has reported any injuries. Investigators found multiple shell casings at the scene. Kennewick police are asking anyone in the area to check their surveillance camera for footage around the time of the shooting and also to contact non-emergency dispatch if they have any information. 5:02 now, and in College Place, a welfare check turned into a disturbing discovery, and 2 people have now been arrested on animal cruelty charges. Police were called to an apartment near the 200 block of North College Avenue after neighbors reported not seeing the people that lived there for about 2 months. And the caller also noticed a foul smell and also heard dogs barking from inside. So when officers arrived, they found unsanitary living conditions, garbage, feces, animal remains, all of it scattered across the floor. You see it in these images on your screen. Now, some of those remains included exotic species, and officers say that there was no food or water that had been left for the surviving animals. Even more disturbing, there were some remains that were found stored in a freezer. Investigators say that the residents appeared to be operating a taxidermy business out of the apartment. Police arrested 21-year-old Benjamin Reed and 19-year-old Austin Devaney on 22 counts of first-degree animal cruelty, which is a felony under Washington law. Now, Reed was released after a court appearance on Wednesday. Devaney released just yesterday, and no charges have yet to be filed. Moving on to a major health alert out of Yakima County. Officials there have reported 5 overdoses in the last 24 hours, reaching spike alert levels. Authorities say this could be an indicator that there is a contaminated or high-potency drug supply making its way around the area. Apple Valley News Now spoke with the executive director of Safe Yakima Valley, who says this program is critical in saving lives, and they need this information to get out to the public.
Program that we started in Yakima. We started this project back in October of 2023, and we finalized it in January of this year, of 2025. And that is where we linked first responders and law enforcement's reporting dashboards to a tool called ODMAP, where it tracks overdoses in near live time.
So Safe Yakima Valley is offering these tips. They're saying to carry naloxone. That is something that can reverse an opioid overdose. And you can also find treatment. You can also visit findtreatment.gov for help. 5:04, and as wildfire season draws closer, new forecasts from the National Interagency Coordination Center are raising concerns across the Northwest. The NICC has released updated maps showing an increase above normal risk for wildfires in the region, especially as we move closer to August. Now, these maps are part of a national outlook for wildland fire potential and are used to help emergency managers and fire crews prepare and respond more efficiently. The agency says the goal is to reduce the risk to lives and property by staying ahead of the fire danger before conditions peak. And all of this coming out as the Richland Fire Department is preparing this morning to conduct a controlled burn, weather permitting. This will take place on the WSU Tri-Cities campus near the Wine Science Center. Fire crews plan to arrive around 8 o'clock this morning with the burn scheduled between 10 and 2 p.m. 5:05 now, and still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, we have new details coming out on that deadly plane crash that we brought to you as breaking news just yesterday morning. Coming up, what we're learning about the devastating San Diego crash. And giving you that beautiful live look outside once again from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. That beautiful sunrise coming up. When we come back after the break, we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He will have your first alert forecast as we make our way into Memorial Day weekend.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk's Made in America lines. Tariff-free, 4-season flooring made for life. And remember, we'll take care of the install. Love the home you live in.
1 in 5 Americans get skin cancer by 70. However, when detected early, the 5-year survival rate is 99%. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Skin cancer prevention and screening available at Prosser Memorial Health. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
Get ready, Walla Walla. The sweetest season is here. Join us at the ballpark as the Walla Walla Sweets hit the field for another unforgettable season. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for a fun night out, there's something for everyone at a Walla Walla Sweets game. Grab your peanuts, popcorn, and Lucky Cap, because this season the Walla Walla Sweets are bringing the thrill of baseball right to your backyard. Don't miss out on the excitement. Get your tickets now and be part of the Walla Walla Sweets experience. Let's play.
Pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk's Made in America lines. Tariff-free, 4-season flooring made for life. And remember, we'll take care of the install. Love the home you live in.
For the team ready to conquer the grandest stage, immortality awaits. An unforgettable journey is nearing its finale. The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures, and we start off in Kittitas County, where we're in the upper 30s up towards Snoqualmie Pass, 47 for Ellensburg, 50 for Vantage. Then in the Yakima Valley, we're spanning from 43 to 50, 50 for Toppenish, 43 in Yakima. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, 40s and 50s, 44 for the Tri-Cities, 49 in Benton City, 50 up towards the Hanford site. And finally, for the Blue Foothills, mid to upper 40s and 20s, 30s, and 40s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. So that's where it could maybe be a little bit frosty out there for this morning. Here's your coat cast for today for the Tri-Cities. A light jacket stuff for this morning. Then as soon as lunchtime, it's going to be t-shirt weather, and we're going to hold on to that throughout the rest of the afternoon. So for today, finally a day with normal high temperatures for mid to late May. It's been a run where we've been cooler than normal. Finally, some normal high temperatures, which means mid 70s in the Kittitas Valley and mid 70s also for the Blue Foothills of Walla Walla County, upper 70s in the Yakima Valley and the lower Columbia Basin. Will be even warmer / hotter for Saturday, and especially for Sunday, a little bit cooler for Memorial Day, but I'll show you just how hot we could end up for this weekend. Also, I'll talk about some little shower and thunderstorm chances we have for Sunday night into Memorial Day. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 5:10, and continuing our coverage on that deadly plane crash that we first told you yesterday morning about. We brought it to you as breaking news as it was happening. Investigation now underway after that private jet crashed into a San Diego neighborhood. 6 people were on board, and it is believed that there were no survivors. Rhiannon Alley has the very latest.
This morning, new details in the deadly plane crash that shook a San Diego neighborhood.
Come on, let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Investigators now believe the Cessna Citation went down after accidentally clipping power lines during its final approach, trying to land at Montgomery Field before dawn in dense fog. The pilot asking for a weather report just moments before the plane dropped off radar.
All right, doesn't sound great, but we'll give it a go.
The fiery aftermath of the crash caught on camera. Home security footage showing this explosion.
Hey, we gotta be careful. This thing's still explosive.
Jet fuel then spilling down the street, igniting a river of flames, destroying a dozen homes and cars and trapping people inside.
And there's fire all in front of my house. I didn't know. I just kept hearing explosions, and the fire was up to right in front of my front door. So I'm trying to figure out how to escape with my kids.
Neighbors scrambling to rescue families amid the flames.
It's okay.
They're not awake.
Despite the destruction, nobody on the ground was killed. But the FAA says there were 6 people on board the plane. Among the victims, music industry veteran Dave Shapiro, a well-known agent for bands like Hanson and Sum 41.
I used to play in a band, and I was the business guy in the band.
2 of Shapiro's colleagues were also killed, according to the agency. And Daniel Williams, former drummer for the band The Devil Wears Prada, is believed to have been on board too. Williams posting these photos of the doomed jet before takeoff. His band paying tribute to Williams and Shapiro in a post overnight saying, "No words, we owe you everything." Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Investigators have started to search to find that plane's data recorders. They want to, of course, utilize that to try to determine exactly what happened. NTSB on the ground investigating the cause of the crash as well. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert. He'll have your full first alert forecast, giving you that live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. Beautiful start to your Friday as we head into Memorial Day weekend. We're back after the break. It's 12 minutes after 5.
It's the Jayco Summer Escape event at Broadmoor RV, June 6th through the 8th. Our biggest sale of the year is here, like the J-Flight SLX 170 BHW, just $15,990, or the spacious SLX 260 BHW for only $23,990. Family owned and family focused, we're here to help you go make memories in a brand new Jayco RV, only at Broadmoor RV, June 6th through the 8th. Don't miss it.
Did you know Astria Health has the only team of neurosurgeons in the Lower Valley? Patients no longer need to travel long distances to receive the spine care they need. Patients with spinal tumors, stenosis, herniated or degenerative disc diseases, spine trauma, fractures, or spinal cord injury can be seen by an Astria neurosurgeon in Prosser, Sunnyside, or Zillah. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to one of our neurosurgeons. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Spring is calling. Are you ready? At Queensgate Gardens in Richland, adventure starts in your own backyard. From lush hanging baskets to vibrant landscape flowers and garden starts, we've got everything to make your space bloom. Let's grow something amazing. Queensgate Gardens.
Accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to end up being a gorgeous day out there. We'll have mostly sunny skies and high temperatures will finally be normal for late May, as we'll have mid to upper 70s for lower elevations, 50s and 60s up in the mountains. For tonight, pretty much clear skies across the map, and overnight low is going to be down into the 40s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s for the Cascades and the Blues. And it will be a little bit breezy for tonight, but only in the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, the wind should be pretty light. In fact, they'll be pretty light for today and tonight across the map. All right, high temperatures going to step up their game over the next couple of days. We'll end up being about 5 degrees warmer than normal for Saturday, about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than normal for Sunday. Now, a little bit cooler for Memorial Day and Tuesday, but by Wednesday and Thursday, it's like Monday and Tuesday never even happened. So that's going to be a sort of the lay of the land as we head into next week. Definitely feeling more summer-like, and that dip in temperatures for Monday and Tuesday, that can be attributed to this little chance of showers and thunderstorms late on Sunday into Memorial Day. It's certainly not going to be a washout, but some outdoor activities could be impacted. But again, those are pretty low in chances. We'll have additional small chances for showers into next Wednesday and Thursday. And of course, we're going to have to deal with some more wind gusts as we head into Memorial Day with the wake of that storm system passing through. So in the Kittitas Valley, some of those peak gusts could be up around 45 miles per hour, up around 40 miles per hour in the Blue Foothills of Morrow County. And, you know, just overall breezy and windy across the map, but these wind gusts not as strong as what we had over this past weekend. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs climbing into the low 90s by Sunday, cooler for Memorial Day and Tuesday, then hotter again by midweek. In Yakima, warming up through Sunday, briefly cooler for the holiday, then maybe up into the low 90s by Wednesday. In Ellensburg, very windy and turning cooler for Memorial Day, but then hotter weather comes back Tuesday and Wednesday. In Hermiston, highs stepping up to around 90 degrees by Sunday, more comfortable for the holiday, then hotter again towards the middle and end of next week. Finally, for Walla Walla, the heat will be on this weekend, especially Sunday, but much cooler for Memorial Day with a small chance of a shower.
Thanks, Josh. 5:18, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Hollywood is in the courtroom this week. Kim Kardashian, Diddy, and Blake Lively updates all coming up in your entertainment headlines after the break.
If you're having emotional, psychological, or severe anxiety issues, get medical help. Taking care of your mental health is vitally important. You can find out more at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Mental health services at Prosser Memorial Health's primary care clinics. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
The big Memorial Day weekend is finally here, and More Furniture is celebrating with store-wide sale pricing. Plus, get your choice, free white glove delivery, or we'll pay this sales tax. It's your chance to save big on our spring lineup featuring fresh new designs, functions, and features in every department. You'll find relaxing living rooms, bedroom sanctuaries, cozy dining rooms, and the perfect accessories all in stock, on sale and ready for immediate delivery. Visit your local More Furniture this Memorial weekend.
Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking was proud to take part in the Great American Flag Swap. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Rick's Fencing and Decking thanks you for joining us in honoring our veterans and all who serve.
Saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports and your day becomes better and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and it's a good life. I'm Randy, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Coeur d'Alene Resort Golf Club. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
5:21, welcome back on this Friday morning. In your entertainment headlines this morning, we start in the courtroom where today a verdict is expected in the Kim Kardashian Paris robbery trial.
That's right. 9 men and one woman are facing charges including armed robbery, kidnapping, and conspiracy.
Yeah, 8 of them denying involvement, but 2 have pleaded guilty to some of the charges.
The billionaire reality TV star was tied up and robbed at gunpoint nearly 9 years ago during Paris Fashion Week in 2016. In testimony earlier this month, Kardashian said she thought she was going to die.
Yeah, we'll of course keep you updated on the verdict there. And then in other court news, testimony continued just yesterday in the Sean Diddy Combs federal sex trafficking trial. Scott Mescudi, known by his stage name Kid Cudi, arrived at the Manhattan courthouse Thursday morning. The rapper had a brief relationship with Cassie Ventura, Combs' former girlfriend.
Ventura testified last week that Combs threatened harm against her and Mescudi when he learned they were dating in 2011. In his Thursday testimony, Mescudi detailed his previous interactions with Combs. In one, Mescudi said he had a tense meeting with Combs in 2012 after his Porsche was set on fire. Mescudi said he believed Combs had something to do with it.
The 2 also discussed Mescudi's relationship with Ventura. Mescudi testified when he saw Combs again in 2015. Combs apologized. Following that case closely as well. And this is the case that just won't go away. Taylor Swift, we are learning now, won't have to testify in the legal battle between Blake Lively and her It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni. Baldoni's lawyers dropped the subpoena after Swift's lawyers pushed back, calling it an unwarranted fishing expedition.
Swift is a longtime friend of Lively's. She was first mentioned in connection to the ongoing legal dispute when text messages between Swift and Lively were revealed.
Yeah, the texts were reportedly brought up in connection with Baldoni's $400 million defamation countersuit against Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Lively has accused Baldoni of sexual harassment and retaliation, Baldoni denying all of the allegations.
She also claimed that Baldoni orchestrated a social media campaign to hurt her reputation while they were promoting their 2024 film. Meanwhile, Baldoni has accused Reynolds of assisting Lively in hijacking his film and taking down his career.
I've had the privilege of meeting a number of Rangers throughout my life, and I've seen firsthand the vital work they do.
In royal news this morning, Britain's Prince William is releasing a new digital docuseries that delves into the dangerous work of rangers on the front lines of conservation around the globe.
Prince William says the series, titled Guardians, was shaped by first-hand accounts from rangers he's met through his United for Wildlife Foundation. He has called rangers unsung heroes who take incredible risk by standing between poachers and numerous endangered species.
The digital series premieres Friday on BBC Earth's YouTube channel and social media platforms.
Episodes will be released weekly.
Wow, that looks pretty cool.
A lot of the royal folks doing TV stuff. You have Meghan's cooking escapade, and then you have this, although this looks more...
this looks a little more on brand with their missions and what they do.
I'd say it's a little bit more important too. But no,
yeah, exactly.
No disrespect to Meghan, right?
I mean, you know.
Right.
It is what it is. But both of them, Prince William and Prince Harry, do a lot of conservation work. So it'll be neat to see his take on it also.
Definitely.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. The future of the Toppenish Pool is uncertain after city officials announce it's been closed for the season. Coming up, we explore what could be next for the community staple. And nearly 200 workers at Epic Centers in Yakima are facing summer layoffs. We've got the latest on what that means for the early childhood program in the region. It's 5:25, and here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Microsoft Paint is getting a major upgrade thanks to AI. The classic image editing app now has tools that let you generate custom stickers, fill in images, and even erase elements with just a prompt. It's all part of the latest Windows 11 update rolling out now to testers. Next, Twitter competitor Blue Sky says notable and authentic accounts can now apply for verification through an online form. It's unclear how Blue Sky will vet the applications. Also, organizations can now request to become a trusted verifier, allowing them to verify others. And finally, Apple is reportedly planning to debut its first pair of smart glasses next year. Bloomberg says they will include cameras, microphones, and speakers. Among the other reported features, the ability to take phone calls, perform translations, and offer directions. I don't need glasses to make calls. My phone already has contacts. Those are your Tech Bites.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your car's not on empty first, before going through the drive-thru.
I forgot to fill up.
Yeah, checking first is smart.
Sorry.
So check Allstate first and save when you click or call.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Oh yeah, great day.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Exhaustipated. When you're tired of your backed up gut and you need fast relief. New Mirafast works naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes. New Mirafast acts faster, works gently.
Febreze. Love your plugins but wish you had more scent control? Meet the Febreze Plug Scent Booster. Enjoy the same 50 days of continuous scent as Febreze Plug, including a cord for flexible placement options and a boost button for extra scent. Febreze Plug Scent Booster.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
And the sun is rising, the birds are chirping, and take a look at this. The bees are buzzing. Yeah, with clear skies and warmer temps, nature's busiest pollinators are hard at work.
That's right. Check out this beautiful shot from one of our viewers, Bernard Hernandez Jr.
Yeah, the honeybee was spotted collecting pollen. You can actually see it right there. It's all packed on its back legs. You see the little yellow on its back legs?
Yes,
Isn't that wild?
Well, a great reminder that spring is in full swing, and so is allergy season for some of us.
That is very
Definitely
true.
over here.
Yeah. So thank you so much to Bernard for sending us this awesome shot. Of course, we would love to see the world through your eyes. So whether it's a stunning sunset, wildlife in your backyard, or just a fun family moment, send us your best shots to news@applevalleynewsnow.com. And you might just see it featured right here on air. So
You
that
could
was
be famous.
Yeah, that
Be
was
on TV.
Fun little show. That's not something you really see very often with the pollen packed on the back legs like that.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen that before by accident, but I just didn't realize what I was actually looking at. So the more you know.
The more you know. Very cool. And the more we know about the forecast as we head into Memorial Day weekend, the more we can be prepared.
Yeah, I think the more you'd like it, because it's going to be pretty hot by the time we get to Sunday. A little bit cooler by Memorial Day, but first I'll show you something else that's heating up. That is our jackpot, as it's now up to $750. Thanks again to our good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel for sponsoring this. So yesterday I went with the forecast high of 71 in Pasco Tri-Cities and it verified at 72. So the jackpot's now up to $750. That's 30 days in a row of the forecast being right. So for today, I'm going with a forecast high of 78 in Pasco Tri-City. So if it verifies between 75 to 81, the jackpot's going to go up to $775. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Now what's on your screen is a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils, the beautiful diamond down below and the beautiful blue skies up above. Right now, temperatures in the 40s for lower elevations, 30s up in the Cascades, 20s and 30s up in the Blues. So it could be a little bit frosty up towards Cabbage Hill or Meacham. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Lots of sunshine all throughout the day, and finally we'll have some normal high temperatures for this time of the year. That means mid to upper 70s for lower elevations, and to break it down to be a little bit more precise, that would be mid 70s in the Kittitas Valley, mid 70s in the Bluefoot Hills of Walla Walla County, and mid to upper 70s in the Yakima Valley and Lower Columbia Basin. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's gorgeous forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. And we start this half hour of news in Kennewick, where just yesterday evening, emergency crews were called to reports of a car crash right near the Winco off of Clearwater. Apple Valley News Now crews were there. Take a look. When our team arrived there to the scene, it was discovered that a car had crashed into a power pole. You see the video there. At least one other SUV was also involved. At the time, no word exactly on injuries or just how that crash happened. But if we learn more, we'll of course pass it along to you. And this serves as a reminder that as summer is heating up, so is traffic across the state. Officials say this time of year brings more distractions and more danger on the road. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert takes a deep dive into what drivers and road crews are up against.
Summer brings packed cars and more drivers on the road, and with that comes added risk. One Kennewick resident says it's easy to get overwhelmed by it all.
I think there's a lot more distractions, like kids are home from school, so we're driving with cars full of kids and maybe trying to get places a lot quicker than we normally are, trying to get to games and barbecues and all the things, and so it can start to feel like we're constantly running behind.
From June to September of last year, Washington saw over 200 fatalities on the road during the summer. That 4-month stretch marks the most dangerous period of driving in our state.
And while more people hit the roads, it's also a busy time for crews trying to maintain them.
Please be patient with us and drive safely. I know construction can frustrate people, but please drive slow. Please be mindful of the people that are out there taking care of your roads and flagging for you. They're trying to do the best job they can, and just be patient. It's important, and we want everybody to go home safe. I want my crews to come home safe. I want the driving public to come home safe.
Craig Erdman with the Franklin County Public Works says his crews are preparing for several road projects that will be happening in Franklin County over the next few months.
Rehabilitation of the pavement on Glade North Road from the city limits to Clark Road. And that will include grinding and then repaving the road.
And while getting somewhere fast might seem like the priority, Shield says that what really matters is making it home safe.
At the end of the day, it doesn't, getting somewhere 10 minutes quicker is not really worth it if we are, making roads less safe for people, and certainly making sure that we have rides home and not drinking and driving.
Rather than calling these next few months the worst 100 days, we can turn it into the 100 safest days of summer and make sure we all make it home at the end of the day. Reporting in Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And traffic safety officials across the state are reminding drivers to slow down. Officials say even 5 miles over the limit can make a crash far more dangerous. And with all the focus on road safety, here's something that drivers heading to the mountains will want to know. Chinook and Cayuse Pass fans, start your engines. Just in time for Memorial Day weekend, WSDOT has announced both scenic routes are set to reopen this morning. WSDOT crews have been hard at work clearing the snow, but officials do want to remind travelers that services and cell reception are limited along both of those routes. 5:33 and heading to Yakima now, where nearly 200 workers at Epic Centers are expected to be laid off later this summer. According to a worker adjustment and retraining notification, also known as a WARN notice, Enterprise for Progress in the Community will begin layoffs on June 30th. The organization operates early childhood education and assistance programs throughout the region. Be sure to stay with Apple Valley News Now as we continue to learn more details on those expected layoffs. In Toppenish now, city officials confirm this year's recreation and aquatics programs, including the city pool, have been discontinued. A significant budget deficit tied to the failure of a park district funding initiative means there just aren't enough resources to keep the pool running. While the pool, originally redone in 1987, is in rough shape, a grant-funded project is moving forward to resurface and repaint it by June 30th. The city met earlier this year with 2 groups interested in potentially leasing the pool. It was the Yakima Valley Farm Workers Clinic and the Friends of the Toppenish Pool. Well, just Monday, the Farm Workers Clinic returned the lease, a move that could open the door to future use, something the city says they're eager to see happen.
Contrary to some of the social media statements that are out there, we have not put up hoops or obstructions for people to feel like it has been made harder than it is. It's just that we have a responsibility to ensure that if this facility is being leased out to an organization, that it's in the best condition that it can be, so that they don't have any problems.
So the mayor is hoping that there aren't any hiccups transferring the responsibility to an organization. The city's hoping that the new group will take it over by July 9th. 5:35, and for the first time in Medicaid's 60-year history, some adults could soon be required to work to keep their health coverage. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen takes an in-depth look at the controversial changes that could potentially reshape access to care for millions.
The bill is passed.
Medicaid, the health safety net for more than 70 million low-income Americans, could soon come with a new condition: work.
Medicaid patient payments mean the difference between being able to provide crucial services for our community and closing our doors. Congress is now considering significant reductions in federal support for Medicaid.
The plan would force certain adults between 19 and 64 to clock 80 hours a month or risk losing those benefits. That could include jobs, school, or even community service.
There were years I was supported through the Affordable Care Act. I worked part-time and my job didn't cover health care. Some years were so challenging because finances were tight and his needs were high.
Republicans say the goal is to promote self-sufficiency. I reached out to Representative Dan Newhouse about the bill, and he sent me a statement saying, "We have made real common sense reforms to strengthen the integrity of Medicaid, protecting the program for low-income families, seniors, and those with disabilities. By implementing work requirements for able-bodied adults without dependents and preventing those here illegally from accessing the program, we are protecting Medicaid for those who truly need it most." Opponents warn that millions, especially those juggling unstable jobs, could fall through the cracks.
Washington State spends about $21 billion on Medicaid. About $13 billion of that comes from the federal government. In Washington State, our Medicaid program, Apple Health, covers 1 in 5 Washingtonians. That's approximately 2 million individuals. 800,000 of those individuals are kids. They're children.
The proposal also steps up eligibility checks, adds new payments for some recipients, and penalizes states that cover undocumented immigrants with their own funds. The Congressional Budget Office estimates these changes could leave more than 8 million more people uninsured by 2034. The House is moving fast, but the Senate, and possibly the courts, may have the final say. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And about 2 million people in Washington are on Medicaid, but 200,000 of them could be kicked off by the end of next year. Governor Ferguson says federal funds make up more than 60% of state Medicaid spending. And even with budget reserves, Washington doesn't have enough to backfill any large losses in funding. All right, 5:38, and as we head into Memorial Day weekend, we have a reminder from the city officials in Pendleton. You're now welcome to place grave decorations at Olney Cemetery to honor loved ones this holiday. The city says decorations can remain through next Friday, May 30th, but after that, items should be removed or they may be discarded by staff. Remember, glass containers are not allowed and metal containers must be pre-approved. The public is also invited to join the Memorial Day ceremony and wreath presentation at the cemetery on Monday at 11 a.m. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, if you're looking for other ways to honor Memorial Day weekend, we have a list of local events and activities that you won't want to miss, from car shows to museum specials.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Veteran founded and family owned locally since 1962. Come check out what's in stock and on sale this Memorial Day at Fred's Appliance. Save $300 on the Whirlpool Hybrid Washer and Dryer Pair. The washer features a large capacity dual action agitator and 12 different wash cycles. So whether it's a heavy or light load, you've got options. At Fred's, our Get It Today inventory and 30-day low price guarantee makes us the most convenient choice. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Get ready, Walla Walla. The sweetest season is here. Join us at the ballpark as the Walla Walla Sweets hit the field for another unforgettable season. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for a fun night out, there's something for everyone at a Walla Walla Sweets game. Grab your peanuts, popcorn, and Lucky Cap, because this season the Walla Walla Sweets are bringing the thrill of baseball right to your backyard. Don't miss out on the excitement. Get your tickets now and be part of the Walla Walla Sweets experience. Let's play ball.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, a round of pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save and 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. See your community Chevy dealers.
For the team ready to conquer the grandest stage, immortality awaits. An unforgettable journey is nearing its finale. The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC. For the team ready to conquer the grandest stage, immortality awaits. An unforgettable journey is nearing its finale. The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yesterday was a gorgeous day to be outside, and today is going to be more of the same, but even more so as we're going to have warmer high temperatures out there, near 60 for Snoqualmie Pass, 74 for Ellensburg, light winds overall. Then in the Yakima Valley, it's going to be sunny and 75 adjacent. And we'll also have light winds here, light winds in the lower Columbia Basin as well, where these high temperatures are going to be a little bit closer to 80 degrees. I'm officially going with 78 in the Tri-Cities. Then in the Blue Foothills, mostly in the 70s, could have some upper 60s down towards Heppner. This is also where it's going to be a little bit breezy today, wind gusts out of the north, peak gust around 20 miles per hour. But lighter winds in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, these highs getting up into the 50s and 60s. Now let's talk about some fire fuel data as we start to get closer and closer to fire season. So here's today's vegetation dryness forecast. And remember, the 100th percentile would be indicative of the driest fuels we've had since 2005. So we're going to be into the 61st percentile for today in the Cascades, the Kittitas Valley, and lower Yakima Valley. So I would classify that as just like run-of-the-mill dry for this time of the year. Here's what it's going to look like by Memorial Day, up into the 72nd percentile. By the time we get to the 75th percentile and above, that's when we would classify it as very dry. So if we have extended hot and dry weather, these numbers are going to get worse. And of course, we'll update you on this a lot as we get deeper into fire season.
All right, 5:44, and as Memorial Day weekend approaches, communities across the Tri-Cities, of course, are preparing to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Whether you're looking to reflect, explore, or simply support our veterans, there are plenty of events and experiences happening right here at home.
Yeah, so we want to start with the historic NAS Pasco Control Tower, where aviation history takes flight. It's open Saturday from 10 to 4. This unique museum showcases local military aviation stories with displays that inspire and educate. And the best part, veterans get in free.
For those wanting a broader look at the region's history, the Reach Museum in Richland is also offering discounted admission for active duty military. Their exhibits span from the Ice Age floods to the atomic era, so perfect for families looking to learn something new this holiday weekend.
It is a fun place to go. We just went not long ago, a field trip with my son's class. So fascinating, some of the things they have out there. And then Saturday, you can support veterans while enjoying some classic American muscle cars. The Pacific Northwest Mustang Club hosting its 43rd annual Spring Show and Shine at Columbia Park. Every dollar raised goes to local veteran organizations, combining horsepower with heart.
So whether you're into diving, whether you're diving into history, enjoying classic cars, or just spending time with loved ones,
there are plenty of meaningful ways to honor our veterans and make the most of this holiday weekend. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful to get outside and enjoy a little barbecue or just playing with your friends and family in the yard.
Yes, and remember, this is not the same thing as Veterans Day. Memorial Day serves a different purpose, so it's just very important to know the difference between the two.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And look at that beauty. Sun is up over the Apple Valley studios here in Kennewick. Thanks to our Yakima Federal Cam for that shot. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will be back with your full First Alert forecast after the break, talking more about that Memorial Day weekend forecast. We'll be right back.
With McValue at McDonald's, you'll get deals on drinks whenever you hit your afternoon slump.
We've got your pick-me-up covered because medium drinks are now $2.29. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
To me, Harlem is home. But home is also your body.
Last one, everyone.
I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3. When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking was proud to take part in the Great American Flag Swap. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Rick's Fencing and Decking thanks you for joining us in honoring our veterans and all who serve.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously.
Get the morning going when you buy one breakfast sandwich and get another one for $1.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee Weather, Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yesterday was a gorgeous day to be outside. We're going to have more of the same thing for today as we'll have mostly sunny skies across the map. High temperatures finally going to be normal for this time of the year. So that means mid to upper 70s for lower elevations, 50s and 60s up in the Cascades, 50s and 60s also for the Blues. Sky is going to be clear across the map for tonight, and overnight low is going to be down into the 40s for lower elevations, 30s up in the Cascades, 30s and 40s up in the Blues. And it will be a little bit breezy for tonight, but only in the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, winds should be pretty light. Those peak gusts in the valley are going to span 20 to 25 miles per hour. Okay, like I said, normal high temperatures for today will be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for Saturday, about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than normal for Sunday, cooler for Memorial Day and Tuesday, and then by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, it's really just going to be a continuation of what we'll see for Sunday. So the reason for that dip in temperatures for Monday and Tuesday going to be because of this. We'll have a chance for some showers and thunderstorms Sunday night into Memorial Day, and of course that is going to impact our temperatures. Drier for Tuesday, and then small shower chances come back for Wednesday and Thursday. But speaking of Memorial Day, it will be a little bit breezy / windy by then, especially in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak gusts around 45 miles per hour. So outdoor plans could be impacted on Memorial Day in the form of gusty winds, small shower and thunderstorm chances, but I would not cancel any outdoor plans. In fact, I would download the First Alert Weather app for free on the App Store or on Google Play. You can track the conditions for the holiday yourself. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs climbing into the low 90s by Sunday, cooler for Memorial Day and Tuesday, then hotter again by midweek. In Yakima, warming up through Sunday, briefly cooler for the holiday, then maybe up into the low 90s by Wednesday. In Ellensburg, very windy and turning cooler for Memorial Day, but hotter weather comes back Tuesday and Wednesday. In Hermiston, highs stepping up to around 90 degrees by Sunday, more comfortable for the holiday, then hotter again towards the middle and end of next week. Then for Walla Walla, the heat will be on this weekend, especially Sunday, but much cooler for Memorial Day with a small chance of a shower.
It is 5:51, time for your morning sprint. The top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. Kennewick police asking for help after reports of gunfire near West Canal Drive and North Arthur Street. It happened late last night. Witnesses say they saw 2 people in dark clothing running from that area. 2 homes were hit by bullets. Luckily, no one was hurt. Officers recovering multiple shell casings, now asking residents to check their security footage. And in College Place, a welfare check turned into a disturbing animal cruelty investigation. Police found filthy living conditions, animal remains, which included exotic species, and no food or water for the surviving pets in that apartment. Some remains were even found in a freezer. 2 residents were arrested on 22 counts of felony animal cruelty. And Yacube County health officials are sounding the alarm after 5 overdoses were reported in just 24 hours, triggering a spike alert. Authorities are warning of a possible contaminated or highly potent drug supply making its way around the area. They are urging residents to carry naloxone and seek support at findtreatment.gov. And with wildfire season nearing, federal forecasts show an above normal fire risk across the Northwest, especially by August. The National Interagency Coordination Center says the goal is to get ahead of the conditions that threaten lives and property. And in Richland, fire crews do plan to conduct a controlled burn today near the WSU Tri-Cities Wine Science Center. They'll do it weather permitting, and they plan to do it between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And as Memorial Day weekend approaches, the Pacific Northwest Mustang Club is hosting its annual Spring Show and Shine car show at Columbia Park, with all proceeds benefiting local veteran organizations. 5:53 in your national headlines this morning. A new escalation in the battle between the Trump administration and Harvard University. The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement Harvard can no longer enroll foreign students, and existing foreign students must transfer or lose their legal status. Harvard condemned the move as unlawful. The move impacts more than a quarter of Harvard's student body. It's unclear when and how the policy will be implemented. And take a look at business headlines this morning. Walmart is laying off about 1,500 corporate workers, according to multiple reports. In a memo seen by USA Today, executives reportedly told employees the company is reshaping some of its teams to modernize its business. Walmart execs reportedly said as some roles are eliminated, others will be added to better align with plans for business growth. The reports indicate that the layoffs will be at Walmart's headquarters in Bentonville, Arkansas, and a few other locations. 5:54 in your health headlines this morning. The Food and Drug Administration Advisory Panel unanimously voted on recommendations for this year's COVID-19 vaccine. During Thursday's meeting, committee members decided to issue a broad recommendation on which lineage of the coronavirus should be included in the vaccine. They will also discuss how the FDA's new vaccine approval framework could impact the availability of the shots. The FDA says it will accept the same kind of study data that it has previously used to approve flu shots and COVID vaccines for high-risk groups. But for healthy young adults and children, the agency now wants to see placebo-controlled clinical trials. In your sports headlines this morning, Seattle Mariners facing a tough loss last night against the Houston Astros. Houston quickly gaining traction over the Mariners, leaving Seattle in the dust 9-2. They have a chance at redemption tonight. All right, trending this morning, it turns out Finding Nemo isn't just hard for his dad because clownfish can make themselves smaller.
That's right. Clownfish adjust their size depending on water temperature, according to a study published in the journal Science Advances.
Huh. Researchers found most clownfish that they examined shrank and had more plasticity as water temperatures rose.
They say that helps the fish minimize the heat stress that's potentially fatal for other sea creatures during a marine heat wave. The study's senior author says there is a downside to this discovery because smaller fish reproduce less, which could affect its population size.
Huh. That's a lot to unfold there for a minute. It's interesting.
I would like that superpower. Just kind of like...
To get bigger or smaller?
Shrink down a little bit, yeah. Like if I'm having a bad show, I can just shrink down and hide under the desk, you know?
You probably still could at your size now. You could just tuck right under there.
I know I could, but I could be more concealed.
Sure, that's true.
She just called me short.
No, I wasn't.
And she's right, because I am.
I wasn't calling you short. I was saying there's a lot of room under the desk. I mean, we could all go under there if we needed to.
But I could better utilize that space if I was like a clownfish.
Yes, you absolutely could.
Yeah.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. In our 6 o'clock hour, May is National Water Safety Month, and for one local health agency, it's an opportunity to educate and assist in preventing drownings. Coming up, how Prosser Memorial Health is keeping the community safe. Plus, Washington officials are reacting to the controversial bill passed this week that would fundamentally change Medicaid. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, we're going to let you know who these changes could impact and what it means for Americans. And giving you that live look outside this morning, it is 5:57. This is our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. And Josh, you have some nice temps as we head into the weekend.
I definitely do. It's going to feel like spring for today, but feeling much more like summer for Saturday and especially for Sunday. I'll tell you just how hot we could get coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.